Okay, here I am. You like? Okay. You didn't like this one. Hello? Hello, hello? Okay. Good. I'll put it down.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome. I love all your energy. I was just standing here thinking that no matter how many people we have in the room, a lot or a little, you all take big room. Let's see, you take up a lot of room with your energy. Yeah, so you make it feel very full in here. Yes, it does. So welcome. And we're sensing all of you online as well. We can feel you out there just kind of holding space for unity and for the divine presence that's always with us. Just when we focus on it together at the same time, really wonderful things happen. So thank you for bringing your energy today and your determination to do that. We've got some fun ways to be able to do that. We'll talk about that in a bit. And if I haven't met you yet, I'm Kity Benson. I'm the minister here at Unity, and I have had the privilege of playing every Sunday with our fabulous band, Highest Good. So thank you, Kim-Char and Mark and Kevin and Mark. Thanks to our tech team today. There's Vadim and Tony and Cindy back there. Thank you for your help. Yeah, and rumor has it there's good treats out front. So it's a wonderful day here at Unity. And lots to do, so we're going to get started. If you like to sing on your feet, where the blood flows, just continually, that's awesome. If you like to sit and kind of ground yourself in your energy, that's good too. Whichever you prefer, let's do that while we sing.
Good morning, everyone. Band, here we go. Oh, yeah. Let's sing. I am not a drop in the ocean, I am all the ocean in a drop. I am not a drop in the ocean, I am all the ocean in a drop. And God and I are one. This drop is the ocean. Yeah. Let's sing that again. I am not a drop in the ocean. I am all the ocean in a drop. I am not a drop in the ocean. I am all the ocean in a drop. And God and I are one. This drop is the ocean. Oh, 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 ocean. Oh, 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 oh. This drop is the ocean. Yeah. I am not a drop in the ocean. I am all the ocean in a drop. I am not a drop in the ocean. I am all the ocean in a drop. And God and I are one. This drop is the ocean. To know. I like the ho. And I saw some shoulders that's just like bobbing in the water. I liked your bobbing in the water there. And we're bobbing continuously in and as the ocean. And now we're going to change our metaphor, shall we? Let's talk about this path of divine potential. Right? We've been talking about it for weeks now. Is this the final in the series? And we're concluding that today? So it seems appropriate, this song. Spiral Path, you know it. Please sing along. Journey.
I am on a journey.
On a spiral path. On a spiral path. Winding up, winding round.
Winding up, winding round.
Circling forward, never back.
Circling forward, never back.
Oh, I am on a journey.
I am on a journey.
On a spiral path.
On a spiral path.
Winding up, winding round.
Winding up, winding round.
Circling forward, never back.
Circling forward, never back.
Oh, and round I go. Deep into divine. On my spiral path, I create, and all I dream is mine. Yes, I am on a journey.
I am on a journey.
On a spiral path.
On a spiral path. Winding up, winding round. Winding up, winding round.
But staying right on track.
Staying right on track.
Yes, and round I go. Deep into divine. On my spiral path, I create, and all I dream is mine. Healing,
healing,
learning,
learning,
leading,
leading,
serving.
serving.
I am healing,
healing,
learning,
learning,
leading,
leading,
serving. Yes, and round and round I go. Yes, deep into divine. On my spiral path I create, and all I dream is mine. Round and round I go, around and round I go, deep into divine. On my spiral path I create, and all I dream is mine. All I dream, and all I dream is mine. All I dream, and all I dream is mine.
Is there anybody here that's hearing that song for the first time? Raise your hand. Oh, cool. That's so cool. So does that look familiar or sound familiar to what I've been talking about on Sundays? That's because I talked about this 17 years ago, and Kim-Char wrote a song about it. So you just got to love that. Got to love that, yeah. So let's just take a moment to go into the center of that spiral path. Just feel that divine connection to the sun. You'll understand that when you see our graphic again. But there is that sun at our center that is our source, and we just keep spiraling around it, through it, and as it. So in this space of sacred knowing, we allow that divine presence to shine brightly through us. As we walk our path of divine potential, we give it permission to freely express today's spirit, to be the love of God, the light of God, and the life of God shining brightly. For all that we need to be that is already within. So it is, and now we let it be. Amen. And let's speak our invocation. The words are up here on the screen. Together, there's only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, the all-loving goodness of God. Thank you. You may be seated.
I like that. I allow this divine presence to flow through me and as me. I allow. I allow. I allow. I allow goodness to come in. I am ready to receive. I allow goodness to come in. I believe, I believe, I believe. I allow love into my life. I am ready to receive. I allow love into my life. I believe, I believe, I believe. Welcome hope and faith. Welcome to receive. I allow fortune in my home. I believe, I believe, I believe. I allow surrender in my soul. I am ready to let go. I allow surrender in my soul. I let go, I let go, I let go. Welcome hope and faith. Welcome love and ways. Welcome hope and faith. Welcome love and ways. I allow goodness to come in. I am ready to receive. I allow goodness to come in. I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. And I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe. And I believe, I believe, I believe.
It's one of those songs, huh? There's a little part of me that when you get to that allow surrender in my soul, I just want to, oh. Yeah, we have those days, don't we? Ego dog. Okay, so the librarian over here thinks we should just do that. Let's just do it now. Oh, yeah. Here it is. I allow. Together. I allow. Okay, good job. Awesome. It's so funny. In my new neighborhood, I suddenly heard that this week. Lots of dogs howling. And it's because they heard a siren go by. So they just chime in. So there's no reason why. We can't just like chime in here. All right, so welcome to Unity, everybody. We're here 17 years down our path and just still having joy and fun together, and I'm so grateful for that. We're walking this path of divine potential that kind of came in my mind, the picture of it came to my mind early on when we started Unity as why we're here, what we're doing at Unity together. But it's not just what we're doing as a community, it's also what each one of us is doing on our own sweet little path. Some days may not seem so sweet, but part of this process for us is we kind of go after salvation in a different way. You know, we talk about Unity being progressive Christianity, so what if we thought of this as our path of salvation in that we're not here to save our souls from original sin, but we're here to redeem our consciousness. We're here to awaken our consciousness, to remind ourselves of who we are. And that's every time that we have that experience of, oh, I'm spirit, the Christ is expressing as me, we're having one of those salvation resurrection moments. In the meantime, most of us forget, and we did it on purpose. Imagine the Christ expressing in infinite ways, including you and I, coming into the body, knowing that when it got here, it would forget, it would land behind this veil of subconsciousness and forget, and that the work is about healing that consciousness, training the ego, the humanity of us, about what's really going on here. So thank you for saying yes to that, because evidently the souls are just lined up waiting to have this opportunity. I heard on the news recently, this is a little scary, that the youngsters these days who are old enough to get married and have kids, or just have kids and just have kids, they're not doing it. Anybody heard that? That there's like a shortage of babies? So Spirit's up there going, people, let's have a little sex here. Yes, she said sex on a Sunday morning. So let's go back to the path here for a minute. So we're walking this path, and we talked about healing our consciousness as one of the steps. You sitting here is a practice of healing, reminding yourself. You watching online, trying to remember who you are. That's what we're healing first, is a reminder. And then we talked also about learning more about how the spiritual principles work that we're in the midst of here. Then we talked about, once we get into that place of understanding a little bit about who we are, we might be ready to serve others and help them along their path. I like to think of us helping to create an equal playing field. How many of you have been so desperate in your life that you didn't have time for a spiritual life? Yeah, it's very possible. So if you're able to get to the point where you kind of know how things are working and you're in the process of applying it on a regular basis, it's also your chance to step into service for those who aren't there yet, to cut them a break, even if it's just babysitting for a mom with kids so that she can actually focus on what she's supposed to be doing in her spiritual life is helpful. Or if you find yourself, moving into leadership, it's an opportunity for you to just help others kind of see what their potential is. Those are all part of walking the path, if you want to try that out. And ultimately, we are landing on the fifth point around this sun today as our point of creating. Creating. Just notice how you feel when you say that word, creating, and how does it feel to you? How does it feel? Anybody? Expansive. So the two creative people that I know of here at Unity just opened their mouths. If you're like me, creative is like, what? I have to create? Uh-oh. You know what I'm talking about? Well, here's the deal. You've been creating ever since you were born. Probably while in the womb, because as you're being a certain energy, you're radiating out to the universe, and it's calling it back to you. So whether you're sentiently doing it or not, you have the ability to create. Why? Because of the divine law that's at work here. Up here on the screen, it's our third principle at Unity. We create our life experience through our thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. That's how the divine law works. So if we're not awake, then it's possible that we're using that law against ourselves, because we still think and feel and believe, but we just think and feel and believe that there's not enough or I'm not enough. Even the idea I'm not creative can get in our way. It's one of those moments where we think that if the pressure's on, you immediately turn to someone else to create something. I used to do that a lot, out loud. People would say, could you draw me? No. Yeah. Anything that required getting out of my head was a threat to me. And I would tell anybody who would listen, I'm not creative. Find somebody else to do that. But there's a couple problems with that. And one of those problems is, as we talked about with leadership, if the divine mind is within all of us, the divine creator is within all of us. And the fullness of creativity is within all of us. And then secondly, the problem with saying, I'm not creative, is, as Jesus said from the book of Mark 11, if you believe that what you say will come to pass, it will be done for you. So we're mostly in charge here of how creativity either flows or doesn't flow through us. So let's not start with the premise of I'm not or I can't. Let's start with the premise God is. Let's just start with that, okay? We don't have to go any further than that. God is. And we'll open up some room. I allow God to express freely through me. Ooh, we're going to use that one. I can feel it. So one of the things you may have heard early on in life is that we're either born with our brain leaning to the left or the right, right? Anybody heard that? So if your brain leans to the left, what does that mean about you? You're logical, cerebral, right-handed, left brain, right-handed, yeah, mostly I think. Good language. Oh, interesting, language skills. I didn't realize that. Okay, so if you're born right-brained, what does that mean? Intuitive, artistic, first, holistic. I love that. I thought holistic was a balance of both. It's a right brain thing. Okay, got to move over into that right brain, everybody. But wouldn't you also say that creativity is associated with the right brain? Yeah, so stop that. Stop believing that. Stop believing that. Because I tend to think that the creation requires a little bit of intellect to help it along. So Einstein talked about ruminating with his intellect, ruminating about what he did know intellectually in order to create something that he didn't know. That's how he came up with the theory of relativity. He ruminated about forces of nature until suddenly he started to become aware of some different ideas that he called his theory of relativity. And the truth is, your intellect and your creativity are meant to work hand in hand. So don't shut the door on the ability to do it, and also that you can only do one or the other. That is not how we're born. Back to the allness of God in us. And there's no network in your brain that can get in the way of God expressing. Charles Fillmore talked about this, and I think this is a really good idea, that the brain is not responsible for the ideas. Here's what he said. Man does not create anything, if by this term is meant producing something from nothing. But he does make the formless up into form, or rather it's through his conscious cooperation that the one mind forms its universe. So let me take that a little bit into the stratosphere. Man does not create anything. Well, that's not true. We create things all the time. What he's talking about here is we don't create it out of nothing. In other words, everything that we create comes from something else. Specifically, divine energy, or what we call substance, right? And divine ideas. Other than that, it's just divine ideas that have been watered down or mutilated, that are bad thoughts, negative limiting thoughts. Those our brain, our ego get involved with. But the point is, we start with an infinite realm of ideas, and we call them forth by setting intentions, by having desires. But we also call forth ideas that are mutilated through our fears. Does that make sense? Our fears, our worries, our judgments are basically the contradiction to divine ideas. It's a mutilated idea that we're using our life experience to turn into a mess. It's kind of like Dr. Masaru Emoto, with the water, where his positive words created crystals, beautiful crystals, and his negative words created chaos. It's that kind of thing. So think in terms of, I am creator, I am an expression of the divine, I have everything within me to create, because God is not only creator as me, but God is the creation, and God is the creative process. It's not a being who is creative, it's creativity itself. Think of creativity as the same as spirituality. I can't remember who I heard that from. I think it was, who's the one that did the drawings from your left brain? Cameron, Julia Cameron, what was her book? The Artist's Way, yeah. So I think she was the one that talked about spirituality and creativity, same thing. So when you're working on your spirituality to develop it, to let it unfold and express more of yourself, you're actually working on your creativity. And when you're working to be a more creative person, you're actually working on being a more spiritual person, because that is the nature of spirituality, is to create and unfold and reveal new things. Reveal new things. So imagine this flow as an influx of power that has no boundaries, that can go anywhere. And part of the very essence of creativity feels like freedom. When you sit down, sometimes to sit down and intend to be creative can be kind of daunting, but let's just put it this way. When you're in the creative flow, you feel a freedom, like there's no boundaries here. There's no limits on what can come through. And it can provide the solution to any problem. As a matter of fact, tell me, why is creativity important? What do we need creativity for? How do we use it? Shout out. Self-expression. Progression. Make life better. Problem solving. Did you say that over here too? So, wow, that was weird. It's like stereo. Yeah, God is getting this through. It's for problem solving. What else? What other reasons do we seek to create? Expression. Joy. To be in the flow. Healing. Yeah. So here's just a few more up here on the screen. Solving problems was the number one thing that came to me. It's fun. Creating is fun. Or it will take you on a new adventure that you haven't been on before if you're brave enough. It's also the solution to an urge that's coming out of you where you just have to let it out. It's an opportunity to express from our higher self instead of our ego. It's an opportunity to fill needs that we have, to fulfill desires, to go beyond what we thought was limitation in us or lack. And here's one that we can be using it for that we probably don't, is to get us past that safety net, to try things that we haven't done before. So it's an opportunity to move away from what's known and what's repetitive and what's easy. So if you're wanting to push yourself a little, you might just want to seek out an opportunity to create. So think of it as this channel of infinite abundance flowing through you. And in truth, this is how we would say in unity that prayers are answered. Because if creativity is the result of divine ideas are the answers to our prayers. I've said before that, it's not like God's going to knock on the door with a pile of money on your doorstep to answer your prayer. But there will be ideas that are born in you that can answer the conundrum that you're facing at any given moment. So will you be in prayer with a heart of creativity and allow it just to see where it will go? It may not come on demand. And I'm not necessarily a creator that has learned how to sit down and say, go, produce. But we have a lot of tools that can help us. And we're going to go through some of those tools because it's unity, and that's what is practical about unity, how to take these principles and apply them in our life. So to start with, one of our powers, one of our 12 spiritual powers is so obvious if you know your spiritual powers. Which power do you think is like right there supporting creativity? Imagination. Imagination. And that's our picturing power, where you could just close your eyes for a minute, please. And I'm going to ask you to picture a beach and a beautiful blue ocean out in front of you. Now, what happens next if you're there on that beach? What happens next? What do you see? Shout it out. What do you see? I wade into the water. Waves lapping at my feet. Surfboard. I'm getting on it. What's sunlight on the waves? Say again. A whale. Sounds of waves. I'm not hearing y'all, but I hope somebody didn't just say a shark. Friendly shark, okay. All of its teeth have been ground off. It's smiling. It's grateful to swim along with us, happily, joyfully, kindly, lovingly. See, that's your imagination, you guys. That's your power of imagination. So just let it play and just see where it takes you. And that imagination is actually meant as a power in order to create from on purpose. It's one of God's number one priorities, to create. So see that picture in your mind. You don't have to see every step to start with, but what you could imagine is, when I go to the beach, I feel really happy. That's all. Just imagine that. You on a beach, happy. You don't have to worry about how you got there. You on a beach, happy, using your power of imagination. You are creating, you are setting an intent, and then let the universe fill in the details for you. Be open, keep watching and listening, but it will show you what to do. Use time in meditation. That's another one of our tools. Quieting the fear-based mind and putting our attention on the fullness of the universe wanting to give itself to you. Picturing, meditating, which means calming the fearful thoughts and finding something else to think about. And then remember, oh, there's a law here that I can use. What is it? How does it work? What I hold in my mind, I create in like kind. So what can I think about until I feel it? What can I feel until I believe it? Now I am being it. That's how the law works. And then we have another power. It's really a creative name, the power of power, also known as dominion or authority, which is our ability to choose our thoughts and our words. So use thoughts, use words, use affirmations, use feelings. And I have put together a little handout. It's a green piece of paper out in the front room that gives you some of these up here on the screen we're going to go through. And you can fill in the blanks, all right? But my point is, you're trying to get your thoughts, your feelings, and your words all aligned. So it might be, let's say you're trying to create health in your life. So I imagine and hold the highest vision of liveliness or health and well-being. I imagine and hold the highest vision if you're trying to pay a bill, maybe it's like abundance or prosperity. The next one might be in my prayer time, I visualize being active or feeling good about it, or I commit to being, feeling good, vibrant, alive. So if you just chose one of those sentences and that was your constant repetition, setting that intention, your creativity would be attracted into that and help you fill in the blanks of how to do that. I listen for guidance to know, fill in the blank. So what is it you're seeking to know? You guys, I see you writing them down, but there's actually a handout in the front room, so you don't have to do that. I go forth to do what is mine to do. You don't have to fill in the blank. It's just get up out of your chair and start putting some activity behind your ideas. I continually ask, how can I live my best? How can I be a thriving human being? These are the kind of questions that attract similar answers. I stop focusing on what's missing and I focus on life-affirming thoughts, creative ideas, ways I can be healthy and prosperous. My thoughts, words, and deeds are lively, joyful, content, peaceful. Fill in the blanks to whatever applies to that which you're trying to create in your life. With the light of faith, I affirm all things are working together for my highest good. You could do all of those and fill in the blanks or just pick one of them. But the point is you're using thoughts, words, visions, reminding, renewing the mind over and over again, and you're starting to vibrate at that frequency that calls in creative ideas to follow up on. Is that making sense? Yeah, maybe. You're thinking about it? All right, get back to me. So then another one of our tools is our power of will and strength. Our power of will is the power that is our CEO, and it makes the decision. And then we use our power of strength to follow up on that decision. So it might be that I am deciding that I am going to create a solution to this negative habit or this thing that's missing in my life, whatever it is. And then I'm using my power of strength to keep me on track, to keep me on that path. So you want to stay focused on the vision, call on your power of will and strength. We also have those moments. Anybody had that moment in your life where you just feel restless all the time? Just can't quite settle down. You feel like you should be doing something, but you're not sure what it is. Pay attention to those moments. That's actually a tool. Your spirit is trying to tell you there's something here for you. Plug in, figure it out, open up to it. I allow this new idea to come through in my life. This is fun. I'm going to keep using this. Okay. There's also writing. So get out your pen or get out your laptop, and there's just a few things that you can pose to yourself and see what comes out of you. It's just a stream of consciousness. So what are my desires? Just keep writing them down. What are my needs? Write them down. What are some of the solutions that come to my mind right now, or things that I've already decided might not work, but I should look at them again. What ideas have come through me? What words can I say about this topic? So let's just pick one of those. Let's see. Let's say that we are trying to create a happy relationship in our life. Maybe we're already in it and it's kind of a mess, or we're looking for one. So what kind of words make you think of a thriving, happy relationship? Harmony, acceptance, communication. Did you say the same thing? Compromise, encouragement, compassion, intimacy, excitement. Oh, gosh. You guys are so plugged in. I love this. Did anybody say love? Anybody? Love? Yes? just a thought. Okay. So that's what I mean. That gets your juices flowing. You start writing those down, and suddenly you start feeling like those things. See how that works? Okay, engage your being. So that's one of the ways to engage your being, but what we're trying to do is get energy vibrating at a certain frequency, because we're all made of energy, spirit's made of energy, and we're trying to line up our energy with the things that we're trying to create. Engage your whole being in the activity. Get up out of your chair, go for a walk while you're thinking about these words. You might want to hang out in a neighborhood where stuff like this is going on that you're trying to create. It could technically be a physical, geographical place with people who are already doing what you're wanting to do, but it could also be an internal neighborhood where what life could be like as I'm moving, getting both body and spirit working together. And also, I don't want you to get too far into how did they do it? That's tempting. How did you make $1 million? Sit down and tell me all about it. And that's intellectual, and you're gathering information, but there is a source in you that is just you. It is so unique. And this divine idea that's going to come to just you comes from just you. And so part of this is really getting quiet enough to understand what's in there and what it wants to be and why it wants to be. Who am I? Why is this calling to me? Why is this on my plate? And how does it match up with, hey, well, that makes sense because I do like that and I am good at that and that. That kind of thing, where you're really going down into your center and asking questions. You're trying to give birth to your true spirit. I read this article in Unity magazine, and it was interviewing Dale Stein. Do you know that name, Kim-Char? Music director at Unity on the Bay in Miami. And he said, and he's actually, I think, writing music, but he said, say what you want to say rather than overthinking it. Use what God gave you. Get deep down to your center, the place you cry from. Okay, just take a minute to feel. What is that place you cry from? That is just such a clear image to me of getting into that place. He said, the place you laugh from, that part that touches the genuine, authentic you. That's what we're looking for. The place you dance from. It takes a lot to get me to dance. So if I'm dancing, there's something really impressive going on inside of me. Feel it. But don't try too hard. Don't push. It must come from the core of who you are. Then you're in the zone, connecting to the one, using your true voice. It's really, creating is a lot less about technique and more about getting out of the way, letting that core of you come out as it wants to. And the last tool we talk about is creativity is attracted by love. So we can start by asking ourselves what we love, what we're grateful for, what we appreciate, which means seeing the good in things. It's also asking ourselves, how can my desire that I want to create bring harmony into my life? That's what love does. It brings harmony into my life. So give yourself a chance to feel love, even towards those who already have accomplished what you want. Instead of resenting or judging because they got there before you, send them love and enthusiasm and excitement for them in being able to accomplish that. And know that it's available to you, also available to me. That's exciting. You're proof that I can get there. So we've got these tools: imagination, meditation, divine law, our power, our will, our strength, the ability to write down our thoughts, engage with our being, and use our power of love. All will help us activate our creativity. But mostly our joy here is about getting serious about having fun. That's what I'm going to invite you to do. And one last thing I want to talk about on this path is the path itself. Did you notice that this path is a spiral, which means it's, first of all, a circular shape around the center, which we've already named as the allness of God. So our focus is meant to be around the allness of God. And also, it's focused on knowing that that center, that source, has got everything that I need as I walk this path. I just keep leaning into it. Just keep leaning in from the circle. It's not a straight line. It's not even a straight up line. It's not a ladder. It's not a hierarchy. So think of this path that we're walking as an opportunity to continue to visit all those stopping off points that we've talked about over and over and over again. And you know, we might think when we look at this path, okay, good. All I have to do is heal my consciousness first and understand I'm a spiritual being, and then the next thing I'm going to do is learn about how these spiritual laws work, and then the next thing I will do is advance into serving and leading, and then when I really get my act together, I'm going to hit genius level, and I'm going to create something, and then I'll be done. No. So it doesn't work that way. It's actually, rather than this linear logical thing, it's a continual experience of, but as you go, you're going higher in consciousness. That's where the spiral comes in. So how many times have we thought we healed something in our life and then boom, it shows up again a couple years down the road? I'm going to hope that when you get back around there, that it turns out you're at a higher point of consciousness about it. That you learned a little the first time around, then you needed a break, but now your soul is ready to look at this from a higher point of view. And that will happen. Just continue. I know there are 3 of you going, yeah, but it's a good thing, because supposedly your soul is getting a chance to evolve and evolve and evolve this way. So whether it's, you know, healing, learning, leading, serving, or creating, touch on it at higher and higher levels. Maybe you've learned something in your class and now you're ready to touch on something at an even deeper level, or maybe even ready to teach. You want to learn something, baby, teach it. Don't ever teach nonviolent communication, because you will learn how to use nonviolent communication. But always a chance to step into things at higher and higher levels. So Kity is hot today, isn't she? So I'm going to tell you. I asked Spirit for humor today, and I said, you know me, so I said, just give it to me as it's going to come up for me. And this is an example, because I kid you not, I am one of those people who have said most of her life, I am not creative. So this is proof. I'm going to try and keep ego down. This is proof that our higher self will feed us information, those divine ideas, as needed. You create a space and energy for it, and it just comes out of you. It can be fun. So let's just keep at that. So I want you to think it's not 1 step forward and 2 steps back. Who here said that? Oh, God, 1 step forward, 2 steps back. All right, not that. So from Charles Fillmore's point of view, regardless of appearances, there's an upward trend continually active throughout all creation. And Donald Curtis, life is a constantly ascending spiral. Even though it may seem to have its ups and downs, it's constantly gaining momentum in an upward trend. We're steadily growing and improving. So on your worst days, know I'm further ahead than I was. On your worst days, I am further ahead than I was. And if there's a solution that's needed here, it's ready to be born. If I'm feeling weighed down by my life circumstances, there is a solution ready to be born in me. So the good news is my brain doesn't have to come up with the idea. It's already within me. Now I just want to create some space to play. Think of it as playing, not working. So your energy lightens up and you're more in alignment with the divine mind. Is that making sense? Okay. Know that you came here for this challenge, because outside the body, you have an amazing creative mind, but you don't have the catalyst for its use like you do here in the body. You know, some of us can gain weight just by looking at peanut butter and chocolate ice cream. You don't have that in spirit. You can eat all you want. I swear, as God is my witness. So let's just say that we can create an experience here that allows our soul to evolve in ways that we never could in the spiritual dimension. That's one presence, God, expressing in infinite ways through these various channels, you, through the creative process. So as much as you may think, I don't know how to create, or I'm not good at it, or you're sure that you're not going to get what you need, turn something else on in you and say, hey, I don't have to figure this out. I just have to create a playground. That's our job. Go on a playground and just trust every time you hit that same problem you had before that it's going to be at a higher level. What'd you learn last time? And how can you apply it now? And just keep going up, okay? That's, whether you like it or not, that's the way it works. So that's actually good news. Let's take it into meditation and see what we can do with that. All right, so let's just close our eyes here and take a breath. Take a moment to look at your human experience. What's been going on in my human experience in the last few months that is calling for something? Something new, something healing, something creative. We'll look at the problem or the shortage, apparent shortage, for a moment, but don't let it take root in you. Just notice it. What is it? What's calling for a change? Maybe your body or a relationship, a job, a car. Creating something new, some kind of solution to a problem. What is it? And as you identify something that wants your attention, we are going to look at it from the heart without any negative feelings about it at all. See if you can do that. Just put it on a pedestal in your mind's eye, whatever form that can take. And remind yourself, this has no power over me. My soul is excited to create something from this. Hold that idea until you can start to feel more uplifted about it. My soul is excited to be able to create something from this. So thank you, whatever this issue is, thank you for providing this opportunity. Allow yourself to feel grateful. You've been given this opportunity to bring more of God into this human experience. And now imagine the sky opening up, the roof opening up over this pedestal where this catalyst is sitting. The roof is opening up and there's bright golden light flickering above, and every little flicker up above is a divine idea. Don't need to know what they are specifically, but just feel this realm of divine ideas overhead. Like a dome of sparkling light. And as that dome awaits, you focus your heart on that issue, that thing that's ready to be transformed with love. Just send it love and gratitude, appreciation. And imagine now that some of the sparkling golden light wants to come down into the midst of this, into your heart, into this object, into the space between you. Sparkling light that is filled with creative ideas. And here comes some more sparkling light that is filled with resources. Here comes some more sparkling light that is filled with the energy needed. And some sparkling light that's filled with direction. And some sparkling light that's filled with happiness, just because happiness is fun and we want happiness in this. And you're seeing that sparkling light not only filling up your own heart and being, but also filling up that thing, that situation, whatever it is. And as you leave here today, we're not going to finish this vision. We're going to let you take it with you. As you leave here today, you can come back into this when you have some quiet time and just allow it to unfold and keep unfolding. Might just pose a question in meditation. What happens next? Who shows up? What shows up? How does it feel? How does my life change for the better? How is it bringing harmony into the world? How is it solving a problem? How is it serving others? What does it look like? Knowing that we're continually surrounded and filled with that sparkling golden light of creativity, we gratefully, temporarily end this time in meditation, knowing all things are working together for the highest good in this situation. All things are working together for the highest good in this situation. I'm so happy that all things are working together for the highest good in this situation. And so it is. And so I allow it to be. Amen. I just couldn't help myself. Creativity can be fun, and we all have the ability to create, so have fun. All right, kidlets, we're here at a time in our service where we create a flow of abundance. This is an opportunity for you to share your tithes and love offerings with your spiritual community and just see it creating more good in the world. If it creates good in your life, think of how much it can create in others' lives. If you're watching online, we're grateful for your gifts. Just go to unityinnaperville.org and hit the donate button, or go to your checkbook and write a check and send it to our P.O. Box 9733 in Naperville, and the zip is 60567. And let's bless what we have to give today. This is part of the creative process. Think about how this, what power is active in this blessing that we use? What power? Love. Yeah. So just feel that love welling up in you, and let's say these words together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give and all that I receive, and I am grateful. Can you see how you could use that in meditation? You could visualize that, part of a creative process. Ooh, what fun we could have. Ushers, will you come, please?
I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Good morning. New member Christina is here. I'm here with announcements as to ways that you, during the week, can have spiritual growth, healing, and fun and frolic. So, if you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We are so happy you are here. We love people, all kinds of people. If you would stop and complete the lovely orange registration card available on the table in the lobby, we would appreciate that. We can keep you up to date on all events. Virtual newcomers can sign up for the weekly e-news at unityandnaperville.org. So join us today for lunch at Patelli's. You're going to the Eros and you're having a burger. Okay. Okay. Patelli's is located at 572 Weston Ridge Drive and North Aurora Road in Naperville. So, we are collecting styrofoam today and next Sunday. If it's been in contact with food, please wash thoroughly. Now, I have a rule in my kitchen. If it doesn't go in my dishwasher, it can't be in my kitchen. But I have found that one drop of Dawn dishwashing liquid and some hot water from the Keurig, and you swish that around and then wipe it out, poof, clean. Who knew? It works. If you can help deliver the styrofoam to Dark Container in North Aurora for reprocessing sometime the week of May 5th, email admin@unityandnaperville.org. Monday Morning Metaphysics is meeting when? At 10 a.m., they are reading The Power of Decision by Raymond Charles Barker. Join Reverend Kity for monthly meditation tomorrow on Zoom at 7 p.m. This week, we'll be using a meditation that Christian Sundberg suggests in his book, A Walk in the Physical. Access the Zoom link through the event calendar. Join Reverend Kity's online class on the book, A Walk in the Physical, by Christian Sundberg on Tuesday at 6:30. Each week stands alone, so come as you can. Read the book for free online or order it from Amazon. Register at the info table or unityinnaperville.org. $20 per class, and you'll receive the link by email. If you were born in May, and you know who you are, let us help you celebrate your birthday. Forward a photo of you at any age. It's okay. Pick one of your favorites. And your name and your birthday to admin@unityinnaperville.org by Thursday, and we'll sing to you next Sunday. Woo-hoo. Join us for Bunko Friday at 7 p.m. at Unity. Please bring a snack to share and $2 cash to fund the prize pot. If you've never been to Bunko, it gets a little wild. Just a little. They're a lot of fun. And then there's that little fairy thing that they give out as a yes. Grief Support meets on Monday, May 6th at 7 p.m. And Energy of Spirit will conduct a special 2-hour session on Saturday, May 11th at 10 a.m. at Unity, so 10 to noon. Our prayer chaplain today is Steve, and he will pray with you in the prayer room after the service, or email your name and phone number to prayer@unityinnaperville.org, and the chaplain will call you today by 1 p.m. So for details on all of our events, see the event calendar at unityinnaperville.org. And now, Kity has an announcement.
Hey, Kity, may I insert an announcement as well?
Let me ask, is it about the gallery?
It is about the
Hold on one second. You're on my list, actually. You're going to have a starring moment here. So our big grand...
Thank you, Christina.
Thank you. Our grand opening is coming up when? Next Sunday. It's a big deal. Some of you have already been in the cafe. We couldn't stop you. But we want to celebrate big time next Sunday. And so we've invited 1,700 of our closest friends who take daily word in our area, and we want you to help welcome them. So if you will join us for that, make sure that you bring a hearty appetite, because we have a taco bar that we're planning to set up. Yes, and so grateful to all of those who signed up to help with the food. That is being taken care of. But part of the fun is also
the Unity Gallery.
Unity Gallery coming up.
You know, we've received so many beautiful pieces of work that are going to be on display, and they're written work, paintings, I don't know, everything you can imagine, photographs. And on the heels certainly of your message today, I know there are probably some of you who are saying, no, and you didn't submit something. You still have time. Will you please consider, just come and talk to me afterward, because what you're going to receive as you share your work, I guarantee, is pure love.
Yeah.
Pure acceptance, pure gratitude for your creativity and your divine expression shining through what you share. This I know.
Yes.
So I encourage you, if you've been on the fence about this, please talk to me before you leave today. I'd love for you to participate and share your creativity with your community.
Yes. This is going to be an ongoing thing. Like every 6 weeks, we're going to mix it up a little bit. And who knows, it may attract outside, involvement as well, to where it just becomes a regular thing. People come to our cafe because they want to see people's artwork. So this is a good time to get in on the ground floor with this. And we're actually going to allow artists, if they want, to offer their artwork into a silent auction. People will be able to bid on artwork if you want to take it home. Not everybody wants to get rid of theirs, but...
Actually, you won't be able to take it home for 6 weeks.
Yeah, at least 6 weeks, maybe 6 months.
Who knows?
But thank you for putting it on loan in the Unity Gallery. And also, I'm hoping that some of you... Okay, let me just ask. because this could go either way. Is there anyone here that will help after the service to quickly set up some tables in here for next week so we don't have to come in during the week? If you can help do that, raise your hand, please, just so I can see how many people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we can pull it off. That's wonderful. Thank you. So if you see something in the e-news about coming in on Friday, don't come in on Friday because we're taking care of it today. Thank you for that. And we'll also, well, Beth, what about the decorations? Do that today or? Okay, great. She's on around there. Yeah, that's all I had to say. Okay, let's stand as you're able. We'll have one last song.
Okay. Yes. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be with God as creator. Family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Oh, let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
You may notice that Unity has its own spin on that song, especially towards the end there. That was Kevin's creative endeavor. James Brown version of Let There Be Peace on Earth. Okay, so I feel I just want to throw out some instructions about the tables. We're looking for rows of tables, 4 and then 3 and then 3, and all the chairs are facing this way on either side. A total of 3 chairs on either side per table. Did you get that? Beth knows. Raise your hand, Beth. She's your girl. Okay, thank you for that. Now, here's our closing affirmation for today. Let's say it together. I am a spiritual being endowed with unlimited divine ideas, which I bring into the world as only I can. And so it is. Would you please say hey to somebody that you haven't met yet? Ask them what they thought of the service today. Join us for goodies. Set up tables. Have a great week, everyone. Love you.
And to our online community, thank you again for joining us, for being here, sharing your energy and love. I allow goodness to come in. I am ready to receive. I allow goodness to come in. And I believe, I believe, I believe. You know where we're going. I allow love into my life. I am ready to receive. I allow love into my life. And I believe, I believe, I believe. Yes, welcome hope and faith. Welcome love and way. Welcome allow surrender. I allow surrender in my soul. I am ready to let go. One more big one here. I allow surrender in my soul. I let go, I let go, I let go. Welcome home and faith. Welcome love and ways. Welcome hope and faith. Welcome love and ways. Okay, that verse, you ready? I allow surrender. Goodness. I allow goodness to come in. There you go, buddy. I am ready to receive. Now really big, Shoshana. I allow goodness to come in. Yes, I do. But I believe, I believe, I believe, I believe, and I believe, I believe, I believe. One more time. And I believe, I believe, I
Good. Sounds good.
believe.